Good day. Last week we introduced you to flipped learning and provided you with links to flipped learning theory. Today we are going to discuss how to create a movie for a flipped learning activity and run through a quick tutorial from Movie Maker and PowerPoint. At the end of the video, there will be a few helpful links to flipped learning lesson plans that you may like to review for your own classroom.
This piece of software comes installed on most PCs, Windows PCs, so you should have it already on there. This is a standard program. There's nothing that you need to download for it. So to start, you have a couple options. You can either have photos or pre-made videos that you would like to have in your lesson, and you can add those by clicking the Add Videos and Photos button. For this example, we'll upload a couple photos so we can play around with them and see how they work. So once you've added your photos or whatever media files you would like, you can rearrange them right in this main area here. This is what all the media that you're currently using is stored. So you can drag and drop, so you can move the different files that you want around so that they're in the order that you would really like for your video. And then over on the left-hand side, you'll see your actual video. So this is what you're creating. You can press the play button. It'll play through all the pictures that you have or the media files that you have. You can rewind, and it'll take it back by seconds, milliseconds, or you can go forward, and you can watch and play the whole thing so you can see how your video looks. If you want to add a title screen, you just have to click the button that says title. It's located just at your top toolbar at the top of your screen here. This will pop up, or it should pop up and go automatically at the front of your pictures. So you'll get the option to enter text, and you're allowed to change the font family, what size it is, any other colors or things like that. You can also, there's different designs. So you can change that and have a title slide or an introduction to your lesson. If you want to add a credits at the end, maybe you'll add in homework questions or further resources or anything like that, you can click the credits button, which is in the same location as the title screen button. And you can click on that. That will get added to the end. So similar options are available here. You can change the text, color, design, anything like that. If you'd like any of your photos to have a caption, there's also a caption button, which is in between the title and the credits buttons on that top toolbar. So you can click on the caption, just make sure that you're on the picture that you would like the caption for, and you can enter the text. So if you have a pre-made video, or if you don't have a pre-made video, you can actually make one. And that can be done by clicking this webcam video button. So you have to make sure that you have a webcam or some type of camera set up and hooked up to your computer. And you can just record your entire lesson. So maybe you have a whiteboard or a chalkboard behind you, and you can record yourself actually writing on the whiteboard or chalkboard and doing the lesson as if you were in front of the class. You can add a title and credits to that as well. And then if you have photos, if you'd like to maybe add some music, or if you'd like to add some voice recordings that will go with each photo, you can do that as well. There's a record narration button, and that's what you can use to record those voiceovers. And then the add music button is right beside the add videos and photos button, so you can do that as well. Make sure to save your video periodically. So that's just in File, Save Project As. And once you're done, you can actually use these buttons up in the Share section of your toolbar. They have links to YouTube, Facebook, and other things right there for you. And what you can do is actually upload it directly from Windows Movie Maker. If you're not using any of those platforms to share your lessons with your students, what you can do is just save the movie and then upload that file right to wherever you're using, whether it's a course website or you're just going to email it to your students, or however you will get it to them. Make sure that you use the most recent update to your video, and then you are finished. Tutorial 2 is to create a PowerPoint for your lesson and then add voiceovers to it. So this is another option. Maybe you're not comfortable being on webcam or whatever other reason. Maybe it's just easier for you to switch over to a flipped classroom because you already have a PowerPoint prepared. So this case, you would just have to add the voiceovers to your already prepared lesson that's on PowerPoint. You can use another presentation software such as Prezi, but for this tutorial, we're going to focus on PowerPoint. So step 1 is to actually create your PowerPoint, and that'll just have the lesson content that you want on it. It wouldn't be any different than what you would show in the actual classroom because you will be talking, so you'll still be able to add to the material that's already presented. So don't feel like you're going to have to add a bunch of writing onto your slides or anything. You could have just pictures and use your voiceovers to explain everything. So once your lesson is complete on PowerPoint, what you're going to do is click on the tab that says Insert and Audio, and then Record Audio. What will pop up is this separate window that says Record Sound. And then if you have your speech ready for this slide, then you would just press this red record button, record what you need to. When you're done, press the stop button. And what will show up after you're done recording is this speaker icon. And by clicking on it, we now have new options up on our toolbar. And what you can do is you can actually adjust how it starts and if you want to see that speaker icon during the show. So personally, we don't want to see this speaker icon, so I'm going to click Hide During Show. And that way when we're actually playing the slideshow presentation or when you transfer this into a movie, you're not going to see this icon down here. Another important thing to do is to make it start automatically, so that way when you get to this slide, it'll start automatically and it'll make it easier for when you transfer this to a video. Once you are done, you can just repeat that process for each of your slides. So you could do another slide. You're done with your introduction. Now you're going to have some starting material. Once again, same thing, add your audio, record it, and all of that. Once you have all your audio recorded, the final steps are to add transitions between your slides. Now, you don't have to have anything fancy, such as these options. You can just have it plain, but what is important to do is there's an option on the far right in the timing, and this just tells you when to advance your slide. And in order to make a video work, you have to make sure that you choose the after option and then set it for maybe a second or two after your recording's done. So our recording was a second. So as soon as that recording was done, I'd want it to switch to the next slide, so I would set it for maybe 2 seconds. So what that'll do is then switch over to this slide without you having to click anything, once again making it easier when you turn it into a video. So if we played from here, after a second it's going to automatically switch over and we're on to our next slide. So once you're done and your transitions are done and your audio recordings are done, you're just going to save it. And the important thing to do, because you're going to want a video, is to open the Save As and actually save it as a Windows Media video. And that's important because it'll transfer it into a video that you can actually upload. But once your video recording is done and you've saved it, you can upload it to your social media or YouTube or course website, or you can email it to your students, whatever you have decided to share your media files with your students. Below are some helpful links for you to create your flipped learning classroom. We've included some resources that link to example lesson plans, example videos, and how to create and actually utilize a flipped learning lesson plan. We hope you find them helpful and that our tutorial will help you create your own videos. Thank you.